Hi there everybody, it's Armand again, coming with another review, and today what I'm going to be reviewing is the Nikon Buckmaster 6x18 scope with the BDC reticle. This is the scope I've had on my rifle since I got this rifle, so it's been on there. It was a new model when I bought it. It was about 3 or 4 years ago when I got this rifle scope. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know what I think about it. And I'll start off with the price. When I bought it, I got it on a really cheap deal. I got it for like 260 bucks brand new, which is cheaper than you'll find it now because I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've already looked into it a little bit, or at least I hope you have. It's a very good rifle scope, so due to the high reviews, the high demand, the price has gone up. But I'm just going to give you what my 2 cents are about the scope. That price point was very manageable for me, which is why I got it in the first place. I wanted a good scope with quality statistics, but also a very affordable price point. So it's a 40 millimeter optic in the front. It comes with these rubber caps, which I don't know why I haven't exchanged for the flip caps yet, but I'm sure I'll get to doing that eventually. They come with it's a side focus. So, first of all, let me make sure, guys, as you see, the gun is empty, the mag is empty. I could actually leave that out. But, yeah, it's safety check before I did any of this. Anyway, so, we have a 40 millimeter optic. It's a side focus, so whatever distance you're shooting at, you adjust the distance from this turret here, this turret on right there, and your sighting in itself is done with a top turret, which is protected by aluminum cap, and a turret on the other side, which is protected by aluminum cap. It's 8th minute adjustments, which is excellent for precision. It's an 18 times zoom scope at the highest level of zoom, so you can really shoot pretty far out. You know, it's not a 3x9 where you're limited in your distance. It's a 6, the 6 is your lowest zoom as well, so you don't want to, it's not a greatest, I don't know, you won't be able to shoot, you won't be able to follow things too well because you're going to be zoomed in so far, but nonetheless, I love the scope. I'm just telling you that's how I feel. The scope is great. You also have your eye adjustment here in the back, which kind of, I guess the best way I describe it, it adjusts the clarity, not in the same way the focus does, but it adjusts the clarity. You have a very smooth zoom adjustment knob here, dial, and yeah, it goes from 6 to 18 really smoothly. You have excellent eye relief. The way you mount it, I bet it's probably about whatever that is, like 3 inches or so for your eye relief. So it's really good distance for that. It's a some of the things that really made me want to buy this is you have a lifetime warranty on the scope. So if anything happens, anything at all, they're going to give you a new one. If it doesn't hold zero for some reason, if it starts getting foggy, if some of the dials stop to work, anything you can come up with, they will give you a new scope for it. Nikon will. And they have a 92, acclaimed, I haven't tested it myself because I don't have the equipment for that, but a claimed 92% light transmittance from the front of the scope to the back of the scope, which is actually very good. I have never had a problem with something around that. And there's a lot of scopes out there that are much worse, and even some of those are the name brand ones like the Leopold and things like that, which are 4 times the price. So I love this scope in those respects. If I could give any flaw, I don't, personally guys, honestly I don't have any cons for this scope. There's nothing bad I can say about it. Another thing I'll talk about, the BDC reticle, love it. Some people say that why don't you just go with a mil dot, why don't, forget it. I love this scope and I love the reticle. And the reason being, you guys should check out one of my other videos. It's the spot on program. What Nikon has done is invented a ballistics calculator that is designed solely for their rifle scopes, solely for their reticles. So I'm not going to give you too much detail about it, but you could plug in basic stats like what your scope is zeroed for, wind, elevation, temperature, and distance, and it will tell you exactly what your holdover point is on your rifle scope. And aside from the fact that the BDC gives you generic holdover points, you get specific ones designed from Nikon, and actually now they make it a mobile phone app, which is something I actually recommended. So if Nikon, you did do that because of my video, I appreciate you guys for watching it. Nonetheless, the scope is wonderful, the price point is wonderful, the reliability is excellent. I've never had any problems holding zero. It probably took 15 rounds to put it right on zero. I have mine 0 to 200 yards, and you know, right on closer and further. I have pretty good accuracy with it. In terms of what I've been able to do, I've taken this gun out and I've shot. Oh, the furthest I've been able to do is probably put on a steel 12-inch plate, 5-shot group at I don't know, like 800 yards. Which I'm not the most skilled shooter. I want to make that clear. There are far more skilled rifle shooters than me, but that's pretty impressive. I feel like that's impressive. My gun is a 30-06, and I don't use those crazy expensive rounds that are like unbelievably high ballistic coefficients. I'm just winging it, and I'm getting those kind of results. And for me, on a 12-inch plate at 800 yards, whatever I'm going to be hunting, if it's further than that, I should probably be getting a stronger rifle. And for what I do, this is unbelievable. 800 yards, 5-shot group, 12-inch plate, perfect. And I put that a lot more on the scope than on the gun, even though this gun is excellent. And I'll give you another point. I have a friend who's never shot a gun in his life. We went shooting, and I gave him some pointers on how to shoot a gun and what to do with the scope. And he was hitting a 600-yard target with this same gun with crummy Remington rounds at 600 yards on a 12-inch plate. Like, I was very impressed with that, and like I said, I put a lot of that on the scope because I can't be a great instructor like that, and in one sitting have someone have that kind of results. So the scope is excellent for a novice shooter, to a medium level shooter, to an expert shooter. I've seen a lot of expert shooters shooting this at my local gun range, so the scope is excellent, guys. I can't say anything bad about it. If you need a rifle scope and you want something reliable at a relatively affordable price, it's not a $99 Bushnell, but at a relatively affordable price rate, with excellent reliability, great customer service from the company that supports its product, which is something I'm really high on, with a great warranty, then the Nikon Buckmaster is for you. They have the Monarch as well, but I have never ever had a problem with this or a complaint. So my seal of approval goes on this scope, and for anyone who needs a rifle scope out there, please buy this and let me know what you guys think about it. If you do, and if you have any questions or comments, you can leave those as well, and I'll be glad to answer them for you. Take care, everybody.